Hey guys, so we're training at a different gym than we normally train at. So the other gym I go to is in EOS, and they're closed for Christmas Day, but we're still going to work out just the same. I'll get a little bit of stretching in, which normally we skip there because there's lots of people stretching, so I don't set up the camera for that. And then kind of get into my arm workout for the day. And since it's quiet in here today and I'm not going to be in anybody's way because there's nobody here, I'll kind of walk you guys through what I'm doing. And we're going to really focus on biceps. My triceps get a lot of secondary work. Plus, I'm putting them on one of my chest days or on one of my chest and back days. It's in there. So I'm not going to do too much tricep work. We'll still do it, but I'm not going to like blast them. But we are going to do quite a bit of biceps. And so we'll probably start with some dumbbell curls and then I'll switch to tricep and I'll kind of alternate just to get the blood flow out of the bicep because it gets so tight from the pump. So I'll switch to biceps or to triceps for my biceps. But before we do that, I'm going to do a little bit of stretching just because my hips are like really tight. I've always suffered from a little bit of like tightness in my hips. Even though we're not doing legs today, I stretch my hips out basically every day that I come to the gym and once in the mornings too, right when I get out of bed, just because it just gets so tight for me. And then a lot of times I find that when I have really tight hips, it leads to uh, back injury. One of you guys asked when we're going to do a pump check. I'm not sure that I'm there yet. I'm not sure that I'm ready for a pump check. I'm not that lean, to the point where I'm like, I feel like doing that. And it's not that I don't feel like I'm at a point where I'm like in good shape, but like I'm not like super, super, super lean. And so I'm kind of, maybe saving that a little bit for when we get there. So I am kind of in the middle of a cut. I don't want to say kind of, I am. I haven't been like extremely strict on, like, it's not like contest prep strict, but I have been like making sure that I'm eating like what I need and I'm not exceeding calories often. Like maybe like, and I wouldn't even call it a cheat meal, but I've got a pretty deep deficit right now based on, my rough calculation. And so like normally I'm like 700 to 500 calories short of maintenance per day, but there's some days where I might be, I might eat at what I would consider maintenance or just a little bit over, 1 or 200 calories, but I'm not like blowing it. I don't have 5,000 calorie days. Don't eat any like ice cream. Every once in a while, I might have some, like, I really love extra hot Cheetos. So I might have a few of those, but I don't like crush the bag. But like the little small bag's like 400 calories basically. So that's, if we were at a 700 calorie deficit, I eat my allotted calories and then I have that. Well, now I'm almost at maintenance. And if you have like anything else, well, now you're basically over. So, um, so kind of in the cut. So I'm not ready for a pump check yet. And I'll be able to set the camera up a little closer. So I'm starting to get like good veins in my arms and I'm starting to get some striations in my chest and shoulders, but nothing crazy yet. But I want to. So the whole purpose of me cutting right now, because I obviously could be bigger, is that I'm not at a place like I have a little bit of, I would call it body dysmorphia if you want to call it that. Not comfortable with adding on a bunch of weight right now, and I want to be pretty smart about putting that weight on. I want to, if I'm going to add size, I'm going to do it by adding, just a couple hundred calories per day over the course of the week. I don't want to just dirty bulk. I've done that. I used to weigh 120 pounds when I graduated high school. And then at my biggest, I was 205. And I was strong. I mean, when I was 205, I could bench like 330, 335. for a couple reps. I never one rep maxed it when I was that big. But I would guess maybe like, I don't know, 340 would probably have been like the top on my bench, and my squat was like in the mid fours. Deadlift was actually probably the weakest there, uh, but it would have been like in the mid high fours, almost 500. But I was 205, and I would consider I felt fat. I hated how I looked, even though I was really strong. Um, so I gave a lot of that up, and even as I cut down, I still kept like a lot of the strength that I had from that. But um, I obviously gave some up. Like I haven't benched over 300 in a while since then, and then with kind of working towards more like a hypertrophy type program like we are now, I don't bench nearly as heavy, and I'm doing more reps and no lockouts and that kind of stuff. So a little different program than what I've done in the past, but like the strength programs were, were cool, and I really enjoyed them. But I did keep a lot of strength even as I lost weight, and a lot of Olympic lifting actually while I was losing the weight, and so it was it was a good experience. Olympic lifting is pretty hard on my body though. I don't mind it, but because of my poor flexibility, it was always super injury prone for me. Like snatches and cleans often led to like back or hip injuries, my knees. And it's not that that's dangerous. It's just that I just don't have the flexibility for it at the time. And my desire to go heavy is always kind of the issue, right? Like I always want to lift more. So you push it and like the muscles can do it, but my ligaments and my joints would be like, nope, we definitely cannot keep going at that pace. And so I didn't give it up, but I definitely do less of it now. And since I've made the decision to pursue bodybuilding as kind of my next, I see it as my future over the next 10 years. I'm completely dedicated to doing this. While I do really like doing cleans and really like doing snatch, as impressive as it is, it's just doesn't fit my long-term goal and the injuries that come with it. So I've kind of cut it out from my main exercise, and like we started the new mesocycle, which I'll do a whole video on that soon, where I'll walk you through what we're doing or what I'm doing and what you guys are seeing for like basically the next 4 weeks. And then we'll kind of check in, and that's really going to be kind of the cut. So what's in my pocket? Trash. So, all right, that's enough chatting. I feel nice and warmed up there. So I'm going to do a couple warm-up sets here. I got a new hat too for the channel. It's pretty sick. Hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. If you guys got anything cool, let me know what you guys got. And then, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. So I'm gonna get some music going, and let's get started with some curls. And these weights look bigger than they really are. These are 25s. I'm also going to start posting these kind of like a brief cutout of the workout on Instagram and TikTok. I'll leave the links for my handles on the channel in the comment description, or sorry, in the description, where you can watch those if you want. And I'll kind of like highlight down the breakdown. I won't do every workout, but we'll do like an arm, legs, chest and back, shoulders, like so that they're all there and you can kind of see what the layout's going to be. Let's see. We'll count our first working set here at 30. Well, my arms are pumped now. Ouch. That was pretty intense there at 30. But I guess if we're going to push it, we'll push it right now. I feel like 40 might be too much. But we'll try it. Dude, those are on fire. That was a good one. So really what I'm working on there is making sure that those, which on biceps, I seem to hit it faster than some of the other larger muscle groups. But like as you get to like 6, 7, 8, it's like burning and it hurts. I was complaining about it when I started doing calves because it's the worst, but I'm really trying to cause as much of that pump and that burn as I can when I'm doing those. I told you I was going to do a review on these Gymshark shirts. It's oversized power tee, I think is what it is. But I'll do a full review on what I think about them. But I want to give them a good run before I talk about them too much. But this is a medium, and I'm 5'10" and about 160 75 pounds, 77 pounds or something. Let's say 175 to 180. You can kind of see how it fits. All right. Gonna try and kind of time the rest, but we'll wait another 10 seconds or so. Just long enough to cool off. 40 actually wasn't bad. I didn't count them, but I'm pretty sure I got more than whatever my target was. See if we can get 10. Oof. As far as rest goes, I'm trying to do just enough so that I can give max effort again on the next one without taking too much time in between. Certainly no phones during your workout. A couple times you see me get on mine, I'm literally just punching stuff into heavy, which is where I track my total weight and reps. This stuff's easy here. I'll remember this. We'll give myself warm up at 25. Whatever I did at the 30s, which was like, I don't know, I'll say it was 12. And then that last set on the 40s, I snuck in just barely what I was looking for. And then this last set, I think I'm not going to do drop sets anywhere else. Probably can do it here. So I'll hit the 40s again, drop them, grab the 35s, grab the 30s, and really try and maintain that burn as long as I can. So I'll make sure you guys can see me, because I'm going to stay over there. So 40s first. Bro, guys, I really hate earbuds. In case you hadn't noticed, right arm is stronger than my left. Oh. Whew. That's work, guys. Oh. Ah. Yeah, overall, that's a crazy pump. So I'm gonna pump that stuff into heavy before I forget. All right, now so that we got those out of the way, I'm just gonna get some blood on my triceps before we get going, just to keep the kind of give my biceps a quick little break, move some of that blood out of there. I don't want to pump those up too hard because we got back and chest tomorrow. So I don't want my triceps too tired. Affect that workout. But I think it's important to talk about here. So today's Christmas Day, so be quite a few people who start up a new year in the gym. I'm gonna turn this around so I can see. Going to be starting the gym over the next month or so, and I think it's important to keep in mind that if you've been going to the gym regularly, be kind to those people, reach out to them. There was a time when I was new. I know I'm not like, don't look like Ronnie Coleman or anything, but I was 120 pounds at one point, and I couldn't bench press my body weight. So everyone starts somewhere. And everyone's in a different point, right? Maybe they've taken 6 months off. Maybe they take the whole year off. We want to encourage them to work out and better themselves in some way. And, I'll get into this next set. Tell you guys the truth. There was a time when I was doing some 18-year-old ego lifting or whatever. And I got trapped under the bar, 50 pounds probably. And that was actually the day I decided that it was for me. I'm just stretching these real quick. And that, the gym was going to be my thing. And I was never going to get crushed under the bar ever again. And that was actually what got me started. All right, let me get through these. get more burn in the right. All right, there we go. So anyways, I was saying, that's actually what got me started in the gym. I don't even think I ever told my dad the story, who's sitting over there listening to music, videoing me through the glass. So I was it used to be Gold, so it's EOS now. And I loaded the bar with 135. I'd done that before. I loaded 155, so that's like the two big plates, the bar, and I don't know what, 35, 45, to have 210s. And I I got stuck under the bar. And that was the day I decided I'd never let that happen again. And I mean, I turned the gym into my mission after that. And I don't usually use that story as motivation anymore, but it was for my first year. So whatever it is that you need to do, take it and use that, to run with it, motivate you to get in there, do your thing. Just, I don't know if you guys can hear me singing. All right. So, and then if you've been going and you've got, some new goals that you're looking to meet over the next 12 months, you don't need to wait till New Year's, but since you're here watching it, I'm telling you now, don't wait. You can start going after that goal, whatever it is today. Don't need to wait for a date to start. Doesn't need to be Monday. Doesn't need to be New Year's. You can do it whenever. All right. Working set number 2. We're into 30s now. I'm just doing between 10 to 15 reps on these, depending on how much the squeeze will let me get there. But the sooner I get there, the better. As long as we're still hitting the volume that I need. And we're probably only gonna do this one and one other tricep exercise. My left is still taking longer. Don't think I need to go any heavier than that. Ooh. So like I told you guys, I'm putting stuff in the Heavy app. If you guys don't have it, it's pretty sick. I'll do a full video on it. Skull crushers, dumbbell. We did 2 at 20, and then we did 1 at 25 for 12, and then we just did the 30 for 10. The first 2 were warm-ups. So do another 10 here with the 30s. We'll see about 10. Ain't no way, guys. Get crushed on the next one. Whew. And I do go to failure, but I typically don't do it until the last set since we got one left. So only got 9. I'm gonna drop down to 25s again. My right tricep is getting pumped faster than my left. So I need to do a couple extra. It's funny, my right bicep is stronger. My left tricep is stronger. There you go. And back to biceps.
Yeah, that cardio felt good. I didn't want to stop.
Yeah.
You will see.
Oh, I couldn't get the last one. I don't think there's any way yet. We're gonna drop the weight a little bit. Take a little break. I won't do those 10. Ow. All right, I think we're gonna finish this workout on the cables and be done. Just gonna do some rope push downs here. I don't know what's going on with this. I only need one. Oops. I'm kind of far away, but I don't know if you guys will be able to see me if I get too much closer. There you go. Again, just a little more tricep work. Do a warm up here. Mm. 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 Ooh, that burns. Done with 10%. Got the extra battery, but don't really want to grab it. Let's add another 5 pounds. Yeah. That's heavy. I don't think we'll go up from there. They're pumped. I'm gonna get a really deep stretch on my biceps. I'll get out of here. I still gotta edit this and upload it. Let's start. So this thing says 16 pounds. We'll just start there. A little bit too long. See if we can shorten them up. You know what? Actually, these will work. Without the strap. Oh. 5 more pounds might be too much, but I guess we'll see. All right, guys, that's it for today's workout. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.